Hello and welcome back to the very final video, guys, in our series where we're transforming 6x8 layout kit into 12x12 layouts. There is another video that has some embellishments of the first 5 pages, I think it is in. This is the final 6 layouts that we have. So please come join us on this journey or pop back and see the other videos so you can completely understand what we're on about. Now, I confessed in my last video that I had snuck in some other stamp set, one from another kit from the National Scrapbooking Day, and this is without having used that, so you can see what my layout looked like beforehand. The 2 little sun bits there are little pocket journaling cards, so they slip out of the side. I believe I show that in a minute. I have also stamped that Endless Sunshine down on the Lagoon paper that goes down between that stripy strips. So we had not done that in the last video. I've added the blue die cuts. Now, if you want a better look at those blue die cuts, they are in the other video as well. But here is where I'm sneaking in some stamping with the set from the other kit. Those wavy lines I thought worked really well to add some details in those sort of blank lagoon areas there, and then just a little bit of stamping around the place as well. And that one is pretty much done, guys. There you can see the pockets out, so you can see that they do pop out. And quickly on to the next one. We've got lots to get through. I did end up separating these videos because there was just so much to get through and they were getting really long. Here you can see that stamp set really well. It's got lots of little journaling bits, some fake washi, lots of bits and pieces like that. So I am going to bring some of that in on this layout. And this one at this stage, I have added the blue die cuts that you can see on my Hungry Caterpillar there that is meant to look like separate sunshines, but they did look like hungry caterpillars, I believe. And I'm pulling out some of, sorry, blah, blah, blah. I can't even keep up with myself. I am sorry, guys. The blue die cuts along the top and the bottom there with those. And then I think that's all I'm doing on there. Here's a little note tag piece that's out of that stamp set, and you can see I'm ripping, so it looks like it's been ripped out of a little notebook. And I'm going back to that original stamp set, and I am going to put Be the Sunshine, I believe. So this has the word Endless Sunshine on it, so I'm just masking off where the endless is so I can put just Be the Sunshine. So in a minute I am going to fast forward to where I have the photos on this page, and here we go, and click of fingers, there, we've done. I decide once I've done that I'm going to use these sun rays. So these photos are actually of my daughter. She's on one of those trampoline things where they put you on like a rig that pulls you and you go flying up into the air. So I wanted a bit of that feel of movement and bouncing, and so I've used the rays there to come out of the corner of the photo. I'm then bringing in this arrow from the other stamp set, and that's again just giving that feeling of movement. This might not suit photos that you have. Put there what is going to represent your photos. So for me, it's a lot of movement, a lot of bouncing, a lot of activity going on, and I wanted that represented in what I put on the page. I've got those little note bits of put wow and Be the Sunshine. And again, as I'd mentioned in the last video, my photos just seem to match these pages. I was very lucky to have photos that were all in a series that I can put together in an album, and they're very cohesive. So it was very serendipitous of it. This is the next layout. Now what I have added is those blue die cuts in between the Sundance Suns and a little splattering of them up the top. This one I really didn't have to do much. I've popped those photos on there. Again, I've got this beautiful orange boat in that photo that works so well with a touch of blue. I've got the little notepad I'm going to put on the bottom, and then there's this little detailed stamp let me remember what it says. Sorry guys, I have to dive back in. It says remember the good, and I'm using that along with the little star. Again, this is from the other stamping set. It's not from the sunshine set, but I'm using that as like a little border stamp, and it's just adding that smidge of detail. Now you may have a sentiment at home that says happy days, or life's wonderful, or whatever suits your photos. I just thought that this was really nice. It was a nice thin script that just would work as a little border stamp and just adds that small detail. I go in as well. I wasn't happy with the lagoon, I believe, that, or glacier, I'd stamped that little note thing in. So I've come back in, stamped it in sapphire, which is going to tie in the dark blue stars that are on the page, and also the little bit of dark blue that is in my photos. Now, if glacier is all I had, then that would be fine, but I thought that this worked really well. I'm popping a little sign memories on there. Now you could do a little bit of journaling, lots of little things that you could do there, add the date, things like that. But I've just popped little memories there, and then I think I'm just cleaning up here, and that's all done. Yep, again, add it there. So when I've added that on, I have taped down the bottom part of it and just then put a bit of foam tape under the corner so it looks like it's lifting up a little bit. And that is the completed layout. Here we're on to the next one. Now this is the one that I used washi tape. It took me a long time to complete, and you can see it with just the details from the page. Now I thought about moving around this little banner I'd made, so that's just a little piece of the leftover blue paper with the sun there, and one of the sentiments from the stamp set on the stamped on the bottom. And I was thinking this would be fine, but then I thought I'd add a little bit of the washi tape up on the other corner there to bring the blue paper from the bottom to the top. You can see there I have done all of my photos matted in that sapphire blue, which helps it all to pop off the page and really makes it. When I was making this, I think I mentioned in the video when I made this that it looked very, very pale, but once the photos got in there, they would look much better. And thankfully I was right. So here I've just, this is that bonus stamp set again that I've added in, and I'm just here getting a triangle of the Sundance embellishments around, and then I believe I come in and I do a couple of little sentiments here as well that I make just to bring in the white in a triangle as well. So too cute. And what is the next one? If only I could remember. Beyond special, and then I do a couple of the little hearts again from this other stamp set that just tag them on the end just to give a pop of color on the end of those, and I'm going to make those into little flags and pop them onto the layout as well. Again, it's just adding another tiny little detail. It doesn't have to be there. I really love this layout without that, but it does add that tiny little detail. And I'm sure you guys have heaps of stamps around the place with lots of little things that you could use if you didn't have the bonus stamp set, or I'm starting calling it a bonus stamp set. You didn't have that extra stamp set there. That is the completed layout, and on to the next one. And this one was really quite simple. We had done most of this. I just chose to do a little hand-drawn white border around the outside edge, just bringing out the page a little bit wider because there's lots of blue space around the outside edge there. Popped my photos on, and I don't believe I did anything else to this one. I was really happy with it. And there is it completed in its entirety. Now this one changed completely, guys. So if you watched the previous video where I made the base layout for this, this is where we finished off. I've come in, I've got some of this dotty paper left, so I'm thinking I can use that up. I think this is the second last, it's the last double, and there's one single after this. So I'm trying to think what I'm going to do, and you can see here I've moved things around. I've moved that middle pages to the outside, and then I just leave that for a second and go and make a couple of embellishments. So you can, I'm here and I'm making some of those little notepaddy things for some journaling again, and I cut those out. And then guys, I have this thought that I'm just not happy with this at all. And I change it up. So on those little note ones, I stamped it in Glacier, or actually I think, what was the green? The green is, oh, Mist. I stamped them in Mist, and then I did this Sundance, which brings in both the mist and the Sundance on that little washy element that would have been on it. And you can see here, I am going to rip this apart, guys, and completely take away the stamped background, which means that it doesn't look quite so busy. This is the other stamp set, and here this is where a second time where my stamping didn't quite work, so I've gone in with my water brush just to fill in that little bit of colour, and I've stamped the best time there, and adding just a sprinkle of little stars around, and I've taken away all that background that I stamped. I'd love to know whether you like this one or you like the previous version. Which one do you like, and which way should have I left it? And this is the final layout, guys, in this series. And in the videos you see me just pop all this together. The only things I have done to change this is I have put the little blue die cuts at the top of the bottom, added a photo there. It did have room for a 5x7. I did put a 6x4. I like that little bit of white. I may go back and add a title that says Bali 2016 to this, but that is it. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me through this whole journey, and I can't wait. Let me know what you want me to do next. Do you want me to do another National Scrapbooking Day, or what do you want me to do next? Leave a comment below. But thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.